ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। शारदा शारदाम्बुज वदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं सन्निधिं प्रियात् सन्निधिं सन्निधिं प्रियात् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं देवं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनशम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा जन्माद्यस्य यतः शास्त्रयोनित्वात् तत्तु समन्वयात् ईक्षतेर्ना शब्दम् गौणश्चेत् न आत्मशब्दात् तन्निष्ठस्य मोक्षोपदेशात् तन्निष्ठस्य मोक्षोपदेशात्। पेज 111। यदुक्तं प्रधानम् अचेतनम् सच्छब्दवाच्यम् तस्मिन्नौपचारिक ईक्षतिः। अप्तेजसोरिवेति तदसत् अस्मात् आत्मशब्दा सदेव सौम्य इदमग्रासीत् इत्युपक्रम्य तदैक्षत तत्तेजो सृजत इति च तेजोबन्नानां सृष्टिं मुक्त्वा तदेव प्रकृतं सदीक्षितृ तानि च तेजोबन्नानि देवताशब्देन परामृश्य आह सेयं देवता ऐक्षत हन्त अहम् इमाः तिस्रो देवता अनेन जीवेन आत्मनानुप्रविश्य नामरूपे व्याकर्वाणि इति तत्र यदि चेतनं तत्र यदि प्रधानम् अचेतनं गुणवृत्त्येक्षित्रो कल्पेत तदेव प्रकृतत्वात् सेयं देवता इति परामृश्येत न तदा देवता जीवम् आत्मशब्देन भिध्यायात् अभिदध्यात् जीवो हि नाम चेतनः शरीराध्यक्षः प्राणानां धारयिता तत्प्रसिद्धेः निर्वचनाच्च स कथम चेतनस्य प्रधानस्य आत्मा भवेत्। या आत्मा हि नाम स्वरूपम् न अचेतनस्य प्रधानस्य चेतनो जीवः स्वरूपं भवितुम् अर्हति। अत तु चेतनं ब्रह्म मुख्यम् ईक्षितृ परिगृह्येत तस्य जीव विषये आत्मशब्दप्रयोगः उपपद्यते तथा स य एषः अणिमा एतदात्म्यमिदगं सर्वम् तत्सत्यं स आत्मा तत्त्वमसि श्वेतकेतो इत्यत्र स आत्मा इति प्रकृतं सदणिमा सदणिमानम् आत्मानम् आत्मशब्देन उपदिश्य तत्त्वमसि श्वेतकेतो इति चेतनस्य श्वेतकेतोः आत्मत्वेन उपदिशति अपतेजसोस्तु विषयत्वात् अचेतनत्वं नाम रूप व्याकरणादौ च प्रयोज्यत्वेनैव निर्देशात् न च आत्मशब्दवत् किंचिन्मुख्यत्वे कारणमस्तीति युक्तं कूलवत् गौणत्वम् ईक्षितृत्वस्य तयोरपि च सत् अदेष्ट्यतत्व अपेक्षमेवेक्षितृत्वम् सतः तु आत्मशब्दात् न गौणम् ईक्षितृत्वम् इति उक्तम्. See, I have already taken this 6th sutra, which you had heard the commentary, Bhashyakar. So you must have understood some of the lines. Now, just a few points before I go to the 7th sutra. So there are, Bhagavan Veda Vyasa is giving 6 reasons in Ikshati Adhikaranam. Ikshati Adhikaranam to establish that Sat word of Chandogya refers to the Chetan Brahma and not the Achetan Pradhanam. 6 reasons he will be giving now. From 5th verse, 5th sutra to 11th sutras. Why do you need 6 reasons? 1 reason was enough. Why to put 6 reasons and make it so difficult? So why 6 reasons should be given and why not 1 reason? So there are a lot of benefits if we go through many reasons. Many reasons means to establish something there are various kinds of pramana. There are various kinds of pramana. This is known by this pramana, that pramana. So what are the 3 main benefits are there? What are those 3 benefits? First benefit is more and more reasons when we know from the scriptures, our understanding about the subjects gets clearer and clearer because every reason is from some angle. So about the scripture, about the text, about the Upanishad, you get very lucid explanation in your mind. So there is no ambiguity of any kind. This is the first reason. You become more clear about the Vedanta, what Vedanta is going to establish. And I have been repeating from the first day that Brahma Sutra is meant to validate the statement of the Vedanta. Brahma Sutra is not an independent composition, but it is meant to establish the statement of the Vedanta that Atma is of the nature of Brahman only. And particular this first chapter is a commentary on Tattva Samanvayat. That also I told that from 5th to 134th sutra is the commentary of Tattva Samanvayat. This is the reason number 1. enhanced clarity. And more is the clarity, more is the conviction. Now, second reason. So, second reason is that every conclusion in Vedanta, tell me where it will take to. Every conclusion in Vedanta will take to only the knowledge of the self only. Brahmatma Bodh alone will be the final destination of every conclusion. So when the clarity is very much, you become clear about your own nature only. It is just like that. More cleaner is the mirror, more clearer is your reflection or the face in the mirror. So more you are convinced about what the scriptures are saying, more you will be convinced about your nature of self, and you will be convinced that I am not this happy, sad, miserable, downtrodden Jeev who is forced to go from one body to another body, from one situation to another situation. So clarity of scripture implies the conviction of our limitless nature. This is the second benefit of going through many reasons. And the third reason we have is it will eliminate other doubts which will come of Vedanta. So, whatever you will have, you may have possible doubt. Well, I don't have any doubt. No, future you may have some doubt. So, your mental doubts or the doubts which other person may come with, that will be wiped off. I'm repeating it. Don't think Sankhya is being negated. Some Sankhya philosophy which is outside. This Sankhya is hiding inside. This Sankhya is hiding inside in the form of reality of the matter. In the form of finiteness, and many Atmas are there. We feel many souls are there. Many self is there. As many people, so many self are there. Ordinary person will talk like this only. When we had not studied, we also talk like that. That many Atma is there. Atma comes, Atma goes. Many Jivas are there. Many Atma is there. So Bahu Atmavad is there. So matter is one thing. Atma moves among the matter. Takes one matter body. Gives up one matter body. And then we read in Gita, Van samti jirnani yatha vihaya navani grannati naro parani tatha shariraya vihari jirnani anyani sanyati navani dehi. Like a person drops the cloth and takes a new cloth. Similarly, Atma drops one body and takes another body. That is not the purpose of that sloka. To tell that was not the purpose of the shloka. I'm not going to that topic. It will be Vishayantar. You go that and see what I had told. This was not the purpose. And people pick up these. They don't understand. By cloth, etc., they understand better. Dropping the cloth, leaving, taking a new cloth. They quote this one. So, avyaktoyam, achintyoyam, avikaryam, no, they don't quote. They choose what appeals to them. Nobody will quote avinashitu tad viddhi yena sarvamidam tatam. Sarvamidam tatam they won't understand. So what they don't understand, they drop it. And what words they understand, they take it. So these are the three reasons. The Puru Paksh hiding in our mind about the reality of the atoms. You will see all this. Nyaya also will come about the reality of the Punarjanma. So Brahma Sutra is for Atma Gyan Nishtha. And you must be knowing how important it is to know the Upanishad before you understand Brahma Sutras. Even if you had not known Chandogya, you will be grappling with to search what is what there. Because now they are basing on Chandogya. Okay, so first reason, what was the first reason? First reason is two sutras are mentioned. This present one is the fifth and sixth sutras. Ikshatirna Shabdam, this is the one, and Gaudaschet na Atma Shabdat. So this is two sutras, but dealing on one topic, one reason. Both are the one reason is there. Okay, these both sutras. So what do you mean to say that? Sat is the Mukhya Chetan Karanam. This is, so Sat, Sataha Mukhya Ikshitritvam Siddham. Sataha Mukhya Ikshitritvam Siddham in these two sutras. Now, I am coming to the second reason. And second reason is mentioned in what? In the next one. In the, not seventh one, eighth one. Seventh one. 5 and 6th. Not seventh one. Seventh we have not seen. Seventh we will see now. So second reason is now this. What will be coming? Now let us at least read the sutra. Then we will go. I will not read the bhashya. It will take time. Tanishthasya mokshopadeshat. Tanishthasya mokshopadeshat. Here it is said. So there are simple sutra, but so long meaning is there. So Bhashyakar will interpret this sutra in two ways, and we will see the second way of interpretation. So I'm just reading it, page 113. Athva, third line. अथवा एक एव आत्म शब्दः चेतन चेतन विषयो भविष्यति भूतात्म इंद्रियात्मा इति च प्रयोग दर्शनात् यथा एक एव ज्योति शब्दः ऋतु ज्वलन विषयः क्रतु ज्वलन विषयः तत्र कुतः एतदात्म शब्दादीक्ष्यतेः अवगौणम् इति यतः उत्तरं पठति न प्रधान चेतनम् आत्म शब्दालम्बनम् भवितुम् अर्हति स आत्मा इति प्रकृतं सद् अणिमानम् आदाय तत्त्वमसि श्वेतकेतो इति चेतनस्य श्वेतकेतोः मोक्षयितव्यस्य तन्निष्ठामुपदिश्यते आचार्यवान् पुरुषो वेद तस्य तावदेव चिरं यावन्न विमोक्षये अथ संपत्स्ये इति मोक्षोपदेशात् यदि हि अचेतनं प्रधानं सच्छब्दवाच्यं तदसीति ग्राह्येत मुमुक्षुं चेतनं संतम अचेतनमसीति तदा विपरीतवादी शास्त्रं पुरुषस्य अनर्थाय इति अप्रमाणं स्यात् न तु निर्दोषं शास्त्रम् अप्रमाणं कल्पयितुं युक्तम् यदि च अज्ञस्य सतः मुमुक्षोः अचेतनम् अनात्मानम् आत्मा इति उपदिशेत् प्रमाणभूतं शास्त्रं सश्रद्धधानतया अंधगोलांगूल न्यायेन तदात्मदृष्टिं न परित्यजेत् तद व्यतिरिक्तम च आत्मानं न प्रतिपद्येत यथा तथा सति पुरुषार्थात् विहन्येतार्थम च ऋच्छेत तस्माद् यथा स्वर्गादि अर्थिनः अग्निहोत्रादि साधनं यथा भूतम् उपदिशति तथा मुमुक्षोऽपि स आत्मा तत्त्वमसि श्वेतकेतो इति यथा भूतमेवात्मानमुपदिशति इति युक्तम् एवं च सति तप्त परशु ग्रहण मोक्ष दृष्टान्तेन सत्याभिसन्धस्य मोक्षोपदेश उपपद्यते अन्यथा हि मुख्ये सद आत्मतत्त्वोपदेशे अहम उक्तम अस्मि इति विद्यात् इति वत् संपन्न मात्रम इदम अनित्य फलम स्यात् तथा मोक्षोपदेशात् नोपद्येत तस्मात् न सद अणिमन्यम अन्यात्म शब्दस्य गौणत्वम. Let us now see this portion. See here what is said here. Tanishtasya mokshopadeshat. What is there in this? First I will give you the brief introduction. Then we will go through the each and every word of that. So, anybody remembers the unit that we had seen Chandogya 6th chapter? In the 6th chapter, if you remember, Shvetketu had come, and Shvetketu, 6th chapter of Chandogya. How many chapters are there? Total 8. 6th is most important. 6th, 7th, 8th are very beautiful chapters. It is called Sadvidya also, the 6th chapter. Again read it. It is a very classical chapter. In that chapter, Shvetketu goes to the Gurukul and come back to his father. Doesn't offer namaskar to his father. So father asked this question, have you known that knowing which everything is known? He said this was not taught. Because he thought, Bhashyakar writes, he thought my father will send me again. So out of the fear, I think food was not very good in Dash. So, Ashra's big attraction is food, I'm telling you. When we were in the ashram, I don't know why we felt so hungry. And the problem was there, kitchen and the Saraswati Nilay was parallel. So 7 to 8 was the class. After 7:30, so difficult to concentrate. Dosha started. So Gurudev used to say, do bar, shasha. This makes sound twice. Dosha. Then you make it out that here the Upanishad is going on and they are they should not keep a distance with these two. And all the oil also comes in the Saraswati Nilay. So 8 o'clock, young boys, they are hungry. A distance is also to cover many times going to temple up and down. 8 o'clock we had dinner. Whole night, morning, so hungry. So difficult to concentrate after 8 o'clock. We didn't know what to do. Then we used to look forward, let the class be over. Straight away people used to go many times. And then 12:30 was the lunch. We used to roam around the kitchen from 12:15 on. So then I understood that in the ashram, the food is very important aspect. Especially the new boys and girls, those who are coming. Later on they may become seasoned, but I think this father sent to that, which Gurukul is not written. He said, no, my teacher did not teach this. And then the beautiful portion of Chandogya starts. What it says there, so by knowing one cause, all effect is known. This is the 6.1. 1 means first khand. 16 khand are there. You have brought the book. I'll show you one more today. Very important lines are there. And so that portion, 6.1, deals about that principle. His father became his teacher. He said, I think I have to teach it. He took over. Shvetketu's father, Aruni, he took over. And he taught. And from 6.2 to 6.7. 6.2 started that Sadev Samvidam Agre Asit Ekameva Tite. Before the creation only Sat was there. And then on that Sat he said that Srishti came. That is called Adhyarop. Whole Srishti came. World came. In 8th section, you know what he said? First time he said, that Sat you are. Tattvamasi Upadesh came in the 8th section. And up to the 16th section, this continued. He gives lot of examples to establish that Jagat Karana Brahma is yourself only. So what was the Sat? Is Tvam. What is the Sat? Is Tvam, and he established, this is called Mahavakya, 9 times you said. So I am the Jagat Karana Chetan Purush. I'm just giving in 2 lines, whole Upanishad. You should know Samas Paddhati also and Vyas Paddhati also. Supposing I say, please tell the gist of 9th chapter in 3 lines or 2 lines. Raj Vidya Raj Guhya. So you have to answer in 2-3 lines. And the Samas Paddhati is sometimes more difficult because to say something in short, you should know in detail. Otherwise you don't know what topics are there. Only 3 lines. Okay. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Bhagavan said to Arjun that this chapter is Raj Vidya Raj Guhya. See, 2 lines are already over. 3 lines if you have to say. See, it is said, whole world is in God. Whole world is in self, but self is apart from that. This is the central theme of this 9th chapter. Bas. This is the 1 line is over. Okay. Then Vyakhya of that is there. How is there? And then Prakriya is there by becoming Mahatma. And the 3rd line is the process of Bhakti Marg. This is over. If you don't have the whole chapter in your mind, you will be going round and round here and there. Sometimes, you feel I cannot shorten it. No, but you have to know how to shorten it. And supposing I say, no, now describe now. Each slok I can take for hours together and days together. This says that person has nishtha. He's a traditional, please note, please study very traditionally. All my tastes are very traditional taste. So very traditionally you study the Bhagavad Gita. See, on one sutra, Bhashyakar is writing so much. Can you imagine how much knowledge he must be having? So now it is required. So I have given the gist of 6th chapter in 2 minutes. Then this is from 6.1, this topic is there. From 6.2 to 6.7, this topic is there. 6.8, this topic is there. And from 6.8 to 6.16, the topic of Tattvamasi is there. Whole 6th chapter is over in 2 seconds, 2 minutes or 1 minute. At a glance, you see. This is called Vihangam Drishti. Vihangam, you see, no? When the bird flies on the top, he just glances like that. like you see from the aeroplane. That's called Vihangam Drishti. Bird's eye view. Bird's eye view. A nice word is there. One is called Singhavalokan. One is called Vihangam Drishti. Singhavalokan means what? When the lion walks, it looks behind. That's called Singhavalokan. So when you're moving ahead, you just go behind what is said in the few shlokas of that chapter. So if you are listening to my talks, you will see that few more minutes goes in going to the past, what has been said now. That is called Singhavalokan. On the top, when I complete the whole chapter, then I see the whole chapter from the top, not from the behind. That is called Vihangam, bird's eye view. One is lion's glance, another is the bird's eye view. Okay. So both we should know and we should be able to elaborate the topic. You know how whole music is based on how much you can play with one ragas. One raga you can play in hundreds of ways. So both should be clear. You can't say, no, I can't speak more on this subject. This is not. That means a person does not reflect. He has not internalized. He has not thought over that. His commitment is not that much. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is, I am the Jagat Karana Chetan Purush. This was the conclusion of the 6th chapter. Now, please open the book and open this. There is one which kind is there. Hmm. 14th Khand. Second mantra, last line. Tasya tavadeva chiram yavanna mokshe atha sampatsya iti. Underline that. Earlier. No, but this context is there. You know what is written here? Tasya tavadev chiram. After knowing the self, after knowing the, see, this was quoted here. Therefore I read it. Before that, see, Acharyavan Purusho Veda. This was quoted by Shankaracharya Bhagavan in the Bhash which I read. Tasya yatha abhinaham pramuncha prabruyata detam etam disham gandhara etam disham brajeti sa gramad gramam brachan pandito medhavi gandharan eva upasampadhyeta. There is stories there. One person was caught by dacoits. He was folded, blindfolded. I think they looted everything. But they are not the criminals of here who shot or killed. After looting, they left him at a place where he didn't know where to go. Because they've already kidnapped. So now is that you go now. So asking one village after another village, where is my village, where is this village, where is Shantipur, where is this, go ahead. Then he's over. Similarly, he kept on going and he reached. Similarly, here also the student is blindfolded. So he keeps on asking, what is Atma, what is body, what is Jagat, what is Jeev, what is Bandhan, what is mind. And very famous line, Acharyavan Purusho Veda. And who is this? Pandito Medhavi. Gandharan iv. Gandharan means that person was blindfolded. Eva sampadhyeta. Eva sampadhyet means he attains. Similarly, Acharyavan Purusho Veda, he reached where? His home. He reached his home. Now he does not need somebody to tell him where to go. He already reached. अब देखो indication. He reached his home means the seeker has become sought now. He has already got established in the self. Well, he will still live. Yes. Why? Prarabdha se. Tasya tavadev chiram. Yavanna vimokshe. He will live till his body. That means tasya tavadev chiran is indicating jivan mukti. Yavanna vimokshe. Vimokshe. After that what? Sampatse. That means videha mukti is there. So one who is established in the knowledge attains moksha. This is the meaning of this line. Tasya tavadev chiram yavanna vimokshe. So he lives till his body is there, and then he attains videha mukti. So what we want to say? Upanishad is saying one who is established in the knowledge, he attains liberation. This is in short. So how will you say in Sanskrit? Jagat karana purushe nishthasya moksha bhavati. One who is abiding in the cause of the world, one who is established in the cause of the world, he attains moksha. Jagat karane purushe nishthasya moksha bhavati. Okay. Tasya. Tas means jnanina. Tas means of that jnani. Tavadev chiram. Tavadev chiram means he has to wait. How long? Yavanna vimokshe. As long as he doesn't die. He doesn't give up his body. Achha? Then what will he do? He will pass time. He did not go anywhere. He will just pass time. You can go and see the bhashya of this portion. Atha sampatsye. Sampatsye means jivan mukti, videha mukti. That means he is not going to be born again now. Jivan mukti, videha mukti is same. Don't worry about that. Videha mukti word is used only after the death. After the body has been given. And jivan mukti, the body is going on as long as that. Don't make any issue about that. Tasya tavadev chiram. This is, I'm repeating it because this line has come in the bhashya. And this sutra is based on this line. Every sutra has a Vishayavakya. Don't miss these things. So this is the Vishayavakya. He will now take this. And therefore, one who is established in the Jagat Karan, he will be liberated. Okay. This is the meaning. Understood, Moliye? Understood. Clearly? Of course, clearly. Now what did Sankhya say? Bhagwan Vedavyasa said what will be the Sankhya interpretation. Sankhya said Jagat Karan is Satya, the cause of world is Sat, and that Sat is Chetan or Achetan. Achetan, inert. बोले भाई, tell me, Mr. Sankhya, is it not 9 times Tattvamasi has been mentioned? Well, yes, it is mentioned. When I am saying it is not mentioned. So Tat is for what? Well, Tat is for that Sat. Which Sat? Which was mentioned in that 6.2, cause of world. Tell me one thing, Mr. Sankhya. I don't give the name now Sankhya Chaitanya because it doesn't believe in Chaitanya. So now you tell me, what shall I tell you? When this Mahavakya said Tattvamasi, and Tat you said is Achetan or inert, can we say you are inert? Because Tat you are saying is Sat, which is Achetan. Can the Upanishad say that you are Achetan? You are inert. This is if you want to shout on somebody or you want to scold somebody, then you say like that. बोले, in Hindi they say, in your buddhi mein gobar bhara hai tumhare kya? There is no English of this. Understood? What? Cow dung. In schools, if any boy was very blunt, he didn't understand. First, he used to get a lot of beating also. Because he made the same mistake. Or scolding. Then this scolding, this was a common line. Bole, you don't know. इसकी बुद्धि में गोबर भरा हुआ है. जड़ कहीं के. जड़. Jad means inert. So if you say you are inert, you are teaching Vedanta or you are shouting on me. So Bhashyakar, or rather Vedak Vyas Bhagwan is saying, is this the purpose of the Upanishad, to say that you are Achetan, you are inert object? That means you are established in Pradhan and Prakriti. And ultimately Upanishad is going to say that established in the Sat you are liberated. That means when you are established in Pradhan, you will be liberated. Tasya tavadev chiram yavanna vimokshe. That means you are established in Pradhan and you will be liberated after being established in Pradhan. He is giving another logic. Reason number 2. Got the point? This Upanishad said in this 14th Khand that ultimately one who is established in the Sat will be liberated. If Pradhan is Sat and that is Jad, that means you are saying established in the Jad one will be liberated. That means you are established in Pradhan and after being Pradhan Nishtha you will get liberated. This is not possible. Why it is not possible? Because your liberation means separation from the Prakriti. You define liberation that Purush is separated from the Prakriti. That is your liberation. And here Upanishad is saying one who is established in the cause of the world will be liberated. So it is now saying that one who is established in the Pradhan will be liberated. Which is a contradiction. It is contradicting you only. Actually, moksha is being established in the Purush. Moksha is Purush Nishtha and not Prakriti Nishtha. Oh, like that? Yes. It is like that. And then established in the Chetan, that will be meaning of Tat Tvam Asi. Tat is the cause of the world. Sat. Okay. Now I am understanding that. This is the general analysis of the world. Tanishthasya mokshopadeshat. See, all this I have already touched upon that. Here, Bhashyakar is playing with that. He says, I'm just indicating you, just for your Ramana. Are you getting the point? No? He is saying, Upanishad is saying. See, there are 3 lines going on. Upanishad, Bhashyakar and Bhagwan Vedavyas. This much intelligence we all have. We don't need to be very genius. 3 lines are there. Upanishad is saying, one who is established in the cause of the world, he gets liberated. And you are that. Bhagwan Vedavyas is saying, Tannishthasya mokshopadeshat. I'll describe it. One who is established in the self. Therefore, that Sat word cannot be Pradhan because it is going to give you moksha. One who is established in the Sat will be giving you moksha. But established in the inert, you can't. First thing you are saying, I'm inert, that is itself is a shout, not a good word for you. And then how can anybody get established in the inert? How can I say you are inert? My experience, I know something. How can I be inert totally? And then knowing the inert, I will become mukt, I will get liberated. That also I can understand. Now enjoy some Sanskrit. I also want to start Sanskrit classes. But there is no time. When will you start? Only one way is there. If we have more than 24 hours. So one day we can have samas, one day sandhi, one day pronoun. We can differentiate each day. So this way you can revise everything. Yes, please remove this 11:30 class. 11:30 class, then you can have. No, but I will not teach. No. Please let me complete. You will take. Oh my God. No, then leave it. Now let us see. 1-2 lines you see, just for your... I want that you have a lot of love for the Bhashya. See the last line. 113, page 113, last line. See, before that he is quoting the same line. Acharvan purusho veda tasya tavay dev chiram yavanda vimokshe atas sampasyeti mokshopadeshat. So mokshopadeshat is, he is quoting this line actually. That Upadesh of moksha is in Chandogya Upanishad. If you know the cause of the world, you will get liberated. This is the main line. Okay. Now Bhashyakar says, Yadi hi achetanam pradhanam sat shabdavachyam tad asiti. Well, if you are saying that this pradhan which is inert, you are there, tad asi. Tad asi means tad tvamasi. Tvam is hidden here. That you are grayen mumukshum chetanam santam achetanasiti. This mumukshu, his consciousness by his nature, he is being giving the updesh, you are inert. You got that? Santam achetanasiti tada vipreetvadi shastram. This shastra will become opposite. Nobody will study. They'll say they are talking illogical. बोले they are talking illogical. फालतू की बात कर रहे हैं ये. ये शास्त्र है कि बकवास है? This is talking rubbish. You are saying you are inert. विपरीतवादी शास्त्रम पुरुषस्य अनर्थाय. पुरुषस्य अनर्थाय, it is for calamity. Anarthaya apramanam syat. Nobody will say that this is praman because it is refuted by my experience only. My experience itself says nobody will read that. Natu nirdosham pramanam shastram pramanam. Then you cannot say that the praman is flawless. Praman should be nirdosht praman. It should be non-refutable praman. न तु निर्दोषम प्रमा शास्त्रम प्रमाणम कल्पयितुम युक्तम. ओके. यदि च अज्ञस्य सतः मुमुक्षोः अचेतनम् अनात्मानम् आत्मा इति उपदिश्येत. Somebody says, oh, you are an atma. आत्मानम् चेतनम् अचेतनम् अनात्मानम् आत्मा इति उपदिशेत. अप्रमाणभूतम् शास्त्रम् स श्रद्धानतया अंधगो लंगूल न्यायेन तदात्मदृष्टिं न त्यजेत तद्व्यतिरिक्तम् च आत्मानं न प्रतिपद्येत तथा सति पुरुषार्थात् विहन्येत अनर्थम च रक्षेत. He will go to calamity. He will go to absurdity. Okay, this is called this is the problem. Now let me, just one point was there. I hope this sutra is clear. There are few more things. I don't want to go into it. You can read it. If you don't understand, we can discuss. Now I'll go to the word analysis. Word analysis. What is the word analysis? 3 words are there in that. Tanishthasya. And no, Tanishthasya mokshopadesha. 2 words are there. Tanishthasya. Here tat means sanishthasya. Tat is sat and sat is tat. Tat, sat. Tadev, sat, satev, tat. Tat, you know, na? That. In which that is. This is bhav is called tat. So, Tanishthasya means there is one person whose name is called Tanishtha. So, whosoever is established in the Sat or Tat, who abides in Tat or Sat is called Tanishtha. Don't say Tanishtha. It will be feminine. This Purush is talking in masculine. So, Tanishthasya Purushasya. Mokshopadeshat. Mokshopadeshat is because Panchami is there. Because moksha is promised. Moksha is promised. Of that person who is established in the Sat. This whole thing is Panchami. So what will the pratigya? Sat shabda vachyam na pradhanam. You add it. That you add in the beginning. So therefore Sat word is not referring to the pradhan. Sat shabda vachyam na pradhanam tanishthasya purushasya mokshopadeshat. Because pradhanishthasya mokshopadeshat is not possible. Therefore, tat refers to the Chetan Sat. Because only after knowing one will be liberated. Tanishthasya purushasya mokshopadeshat. So how the whole line will be there? Sat shabda vachyam na pradhanam. This you put in bracket. Then say comma. Then tanishthasya. Then purushasya put in bracket again. And then mokshopadesha. This is called opening the whole sutra. So sat shabda vachyam na, this I will take everywhere. Sat shabda vachyam na pradhanam. Sat word is not for inert pradhan. Cause of the word is not inert. Why? Because that 6th chapter is talking that one who is abiding in this self will get moksha. This is the Upadesh. This is the main thing, I think. Rest you can read the Bhashya and see how much you understand. And you have Tika also, Tika, Swayam Prabha. You can read that also. This completes the 7th sutra. The second reason is given now. Please note, he has taken a different reason. The first reason was from the Iksheter word was there. First. So from 5th and 6th sutra was for Iksheter reason, because Ikshan word is coming. So both sutra are for one, and Ikshan word is not Gaun word. That was, he mentioned that is Gaun word. Pradhan is there, therefore Ikshan is a figurative expression. So Ikshate na Gaunam, that was the that sutra was there. Gaun is not Gaun, it is not figurative. Then Tanishthasya mokshopadeshat is second reason. Because moksha is promised for the one who is established in the self. And therefore, one cannot be established in the pradhan. And therefore, moksha cannot be possible for inert. Inert thing cannot get liberation. So first thing, establishment in the inert is not possible. Upadesh will not be given that you are inert. Because you are tat is mentioned for sat. And second is mentioned that he will get liberated if he is established. So one cannot be established in the inert and get liberated. Inert doesn't get liberation. Liberation, we always talk about a Chetan entity. About the Jeev is there who is liberated. I hope this much is clear. I want to move ahead. So we will see next verse. But we will see next verse. Not verse. Next sutra. We will see this sutra tomorrow. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.